What if I told you that the most luxurious ship ever built, advertised as unsinkable, vanished beneath the ocean on its very first voyage? On April 10th, 1912, the RMS Titanic set sail from Southampton, England, carrying over 2,200 passengers and crew. It was a floating palace, marble staircases, electric elevators, even a swimming pool, unheard of at the time. But just 4 days later, in the freezing darkness of the North Atlantic, it struck an iceberg. In less than 3 hours, the unsinkable ship disappeared beneath the waves, taking over 1,500 souls with it. Why were there not enough lifeboats? Who were the heroes and who were the cowards? How did some survive while entire families vanished? These faces from long-forgotten photographs, silent for over a century, will now speak again. With the help of AI, we are bringing them back to life. This is not just a shipwreck. This is a human story. A story of pride, tragedy, and unimaginable choices. Number 1. Captain Edward John Smith. Captain of the Titanic and an experienced sailor of the British shipping company White Star Line. Born in England in 1850, he sailed the seas for over 40 years and was a favorite among wealthy passengers. Smith was considered a symbol of reliability and confidence. The Titanic was meant to be his final voyage before retirement. During the disaster, he remained calm and stayed on the bridge until the end. His last reported words were, "Now it's every man for himself." He died on the night of April the 15th, 1912. His body was never recovered. Number 2. Thomas Andrews, chief engineer and designer of the Titanic, employed by the Harland and Wolff Shipbuilding Company. Born in Ireland in 1873. During the voyage, he personally inspected all of the ship's systems. After the collision with the iceberg, he made no attempt to escape, helping passengers with life jackets and directing them to lifeboats. Many remembered his words. "There is no cause for any excitement. All of you, get what you can in the way of clothes and come on deck as soon as you can. She's torn to bits below, but she will not sink if her after bulkhead holds." He perished, refusing to leave the sinking ship. His bravery became a symbol of selflessness. Number 3. William McMaster Murdoch, first officer on the Titanic, born in Scotland in 1873. He was on duty when the iceberg was sighted. He ordered full astern and hard to starboard, but the collision could not be avoided. There are conflicting accounts of his final moments. Some claim he took his own life in despair, others that he continued helping passengers and died trying to save lives. Though his story remains controversial, most historians believe he acted heroically. Number 4. Charles Lightoller, second officer, born in 1874. He was the highest-ranking officer to survive the disaster. He strictly enforced the women and children first policy, even if it meant sending out lifeboats half empty. After the Titanic sank, he survived by clinging to an overturned lifeboat. During World War II, he captained a small civilian boat in the Dunkirk evacuation. His life became a symbol of courage and duty. Number 5. Frederick Fleet, lookout and one of the men on watch the night of the disaster. He was the first to spot the iceberg at 11:40 p.m. and shouted, "Iceberg, right ahead." But it was too late. Born in 1887, Fleet was an orphan who had gone to sea at a young age. He survived the sinking and later testified at inquiries. He lived the rest of his life haunted by guilt. After working on ferry boats, he took his own life in 1965 following his wife's death. His story is a reminder of the psychological burden survivors carried. Number 6. John Jacob Astor IV. John Jacob Astor IV was one of the wealthiest men in the world, a millionaire industrialist and inventor. Born in 1864 into the prominent Astor family, he made fortunes in real estate and writing. He boarded Titanic with his 19-year-old pregnant wife, Madeleine, returning from an extended honeymoon in Egypt. When disaster struck, Astor helped his wife into Lifeboat 4 and reportedly asked if he could join her due to her condition. His request was denied. Witnesses say he remained calm, even lit a cigarette while waiting for the end. His body was recovered with over $2,000 in cash still in his pockets, a symbol of the Gilded Age. Astor's death shocked the world and highlighted how even immense wealth offered no safety that night. Number 7. Isidor Straus. Isidor Straus was a German-American businessman and co-owner of Macy's department store. Born in 1845, he became a prominent philanthropist and U.S. congressman. Traveling back to New York with his wife Ida, they refused to be separated. When offered a place in a lifeboat, Isidor declined, insisting that younger men and women should go first. Ida chose to stay with him, saying, "Where you go, I go." The couple was last seen sitting together on the deck as the ship went down. Their love story became one of Titanic's most enduring legends. Isidor's body was later recovered, but Ida's was never found. Their devotion in the face of death captured hearts worldwide. Number 8. Ida Straus. Ida Straus, wife of Isidor Straus, was born in Germany in 1849. A devoted mother and humanitarian, she supported her husband in business and charity. On the night of the sinking, she was offered a seat in a lifeboat, but refused to leave Isidor's side. Witnesses remember her saying, "We have been living together for many years. Where you go, I go." She gave her fur coat to her maid, who survived and returned to stand beside her husband. Together, they perished on the deck of Titanic. Their act of love and loyalty became legendary, immortalized in books, films, and memorials around the world. Ida's sacrifice stands as a timeless symbol of devotion. Number 9. Margaret Molly Brown. Margaret Brown, known posthumously as the unsinkable Molly Brown, was a wealthy American socialite, philanthropist, and activist. Born in 1867 to Irish immigrant parents, she married a mining magnate and dedicated her life to charity. Aboard Titanic, she was returning from a trip to Europe. When the ship sank, she took charge in Lifeboat 6, urging the crew to return for survivors and helping keep spirits high. She later raised funds for destitute survivors and testified at inquiries. Her bravery and leadership turned her into a folk hero. Molly Brown remained outspoken throughout her life, advocating for women's rights and workers. Her legacy endures as one of Titanic's greatest heroines. Number 10. Benjamin Guggenheim. Benjamin Guggenheim was a wealthy American businessman from the famous Guggenheim family. Born in 1865, he was traveling with his valet and a French mistress under an alias. When the ship hit the iceberg, he initially refused to believe the danger, but later dressed in evening wear and said, "We've dressed in our best and are prepared to go down like gentlemen." He reportedly helped women into lifeboats and remained calm to the end. His body was never recovered. Guggenheim's dignified behavior and stoic courage left a lasting impression. Though his personal life was controversial, his conduct during the disaster redeemed his name in history.